Hey, I'm glad you found us. This is the Follow Through. I'm Pastor Fred. We're living for God. We're also listening to Him, right? We got to do both of those things. This whole week, we're talking about power, God's power. And you look at the news, right? You hear all the things going on, and we feel so powerless, don't we? Like, what can I do? We look at somebody hurting. We look at maybe a natural disaster happens somewhere. There's war going on. And like, what can we do? And God's going, look, you can do a lot of things. A lot of things that actually get knocked down in our society today, which is, one of those is to pray, right? We could pray. We're talking with our Heavenly Father, right, about how we feel about that, perhaps even about what we can do about that. And I think the unfortunate thing about people discounting prayer is that they assume that those of us who are praying aren't going to do anything. And really, that could not be more incorrect. If you look at the history of our faith, right, of Christianity in general, yeah, you're going to see some messed up stuff, but you're also going to see some incredible things. People who started schools, right? People who started other educational institutions, help the poor. It's been people of faith that have kind of led the way in all of that. I think we should continue to do that. And that all started with those two things, with thoughts and prayers. Right? They were thinking about what was going on, and they prayed about it, and they did something about it. Now again, I understand there are some out there who just want to appear like they care, and they put it out there. And again, I think it's kind of funny that somebody who would criticize that would never want to be accused of being hypocritical. That person would never want to be, accused of not actually taking action. But there it is. Right? Don't be judgy, but I'm going to be judgy. And so I say, let's not do that. That's my cause. I mean, we're going to battle that. That's always going to be a difficult thing. It's always going to be there. Okay, so Ephesians 6:10, Paul says this about power, about what we can do about things and how we can be a force for good. He says, finally, be strong in the Lord and in the strength of His might. Be strong in the Lord and in the strength of His might. Look at what He can do. Like, that's where your strength comes from. That's where the strength that those people that need help, they need His strength. They need to be reminded more than anything else that they are loved, that they are cared for, and that the people around them are gonna jump in and be there as in any way that they possibly can, to remind them of God's love, to remind them of His victory over death, and also to help them with food and with shelter and with all these other things. That's where our strength is. That's where our source is. It's how we handle things. It's how we respond, but it's also it's also part of the help that we bring no matter what. So let's be strong in the Lord and the strength of His might, because He is almighty. And I want you to spend today, take some time just thinking about how incredible God is, that He made everything. He made you. He suffered for you. He died for you. He rose for you. He gave you life and hope and is always with you. Right? Draw your strength from that. Encourage others to draw their strength from that as well. What an awesome thing. We'll talk to you next time for the Follow Through.